Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about the second day of MEPS, so if you missed my first video, go back and watch that, because this is halfway through the process. Um, for me, the second day of MEPS was just as boring and terrible as the first day. We had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning and go get breakfast, which I had to wait in line behind about 150 other people, so, it took a while to get my apple, I believe is all I got. And then we got in a bus and they took us over to the MEP station, which wasn't open yet, so we all stood outside for about 30 more minutes. Um, Once they finally opened, they brought us all inside, took us through metal detectors. For some reason that day, they decided they were going to confiscate all of our belts, which that was a little annoying, and I don't remember if I ever actually got my belt back, so probably don't wear a belt there, I guess, is the best advice I can give. Except for actually, I believe they told us that we had to wear a belt, so never mind on that one. But I sat and waited for a couple more hours, which this goes back to the story I was telling at the end of my last video. When I woke up that morning, I had drank about a gallon of water because I heard there was a urinalysis and I'd have to pee into a cup in front of everybody. So, drank a bunch of water expecting that to be first thing in the morning, because they told us it was first thing in the morning. That didn't happen until noon, because we sat through a medical briefing after waiting a couple hours, where they told us all the rules for the day and what was going to happen, and then they gave us a long lecture on why we should never, ever, ever have sex in a foreign country, because terrible things will happen to you and you'll light on fire and die, was basically what I got out of that briefing. From there, I was actually that guy. I had to have a medic come take me so I could do the urinalysis early, because otherwise I was going to wet my pants. The urinalysis you have to be able to do there, and it's kind of awkward. You're with like 5 other people, and there's a doctor or two all watching, making sure that you're not cheating on the urinalysis, so they actually stand there and watch you pee, which once you're in the military for a while, you're completely okay with that, but, as an 18-year-old who just got out of high school, that was weird for me, and I was not really comfortable, but I had to pee so bad that it didn't really matter. From there, I did a blood test, and they just test for all the other things that could be wrong with you. And went into a doctor's office, and basically they did a sports physical, same kind of physical you get if you ever did high school sports or anything like that. From there, it gets even weirder. You sit in a room for a while, and they call you up with a few other people. I think it was like 10 people. They strip you all down to your underwear, and you have to do a bunch of different exercises in front of a team of doctors who all watch you. You have to duck walk, you have to touch your toes. It was really weird for me because as I was bending over and touching my toes in my underwear, the team of doctors all circled around behind me and started making notes in their book. I guess because apparently I have slight scoliosis that I didn't really know about. So that was a weird time, and unfortunately it's not going to be the weirdest time you have if you do join the military. But from there they do your fingerprints, background check and everything. They did security clearance paperwork for me to give me a secret security clearance. I assume they do that with everyone, but then again, I know people in the military who didn't have one, so I guess they may not do that for everybody. I waited a couple more hours. They sent me to sit by the Marine office there, and I sat for a couple hours. They don't tell you what's happening. They don't let you know why you're sitting there or what you're waiting for. But after probably what I'm guessing was 4 hours of sitting silently staring at a wall, my recruiter showed up with paperwork and said that the courthouse refused to electronically fax my records, even though there was nothing on them. So she had to drive to the courthouse and then drive to Tampa, which was a couple hours away. But after that, you go to do your swearing in, which before you swear in, you have to sit and watch a video about how serious the event is. You are literally taking an oath to serve your country. And at that point, you can still drop out and not go to boot camp, but you do have to notify your recruiter and fill out paperwork. But if you just don't show up to your ship out date for boot camp, technically it's desertion, and technically they could execute you. That hasn't happened in a long time, but you could be thrown in prison. It is a felony, so either tell your recruiter you don't want to go to boot camp, or just go to boot camp and do what you swore you would do. But after you swear in, it's a really nice ceremony. You swear in with everybody that day. It's not just your branch, but after you swear in, your recruiter gets to take you home finally, and your day at MEPS is over, which is heaven, because over the 2 days you probably spend 14 hours or more sitting and staring at a blank wall. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it gave you a little bit more information about what you'll be going through or what somebody in your family has gone through. If you like these and you want to get more, please subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll be coming out with some survival product testing videos in the near future, so stay tuned for that. Have a great day.